It's Cat Lady Justin, and this is the Kitty Boss, where we pick, pamper, and protect your practically perfect pussycat for a lifetime of unconditional love. I'm here today with the co-host with the most, Dr. Rachel Geller, one of the world's foremost cat behaviorists and cat chaplain, and the president of All Cats All the Time, which is a nonprofit organization in the United States for people with low income to take that barrier away. You can afford a cat, no matter what, nowadays. So Dr. Rachel is here today with a special announcement because I happen to know what's going on, but I don't think many other people do, except there were a few little leaks on social media, I think. But it's very exciting and it's very interesting, and we're going to spend some time talking about it. But first, Dr. Rachel, welcome to the show. It's great to see you.
It's wonderful to be here. The second Friday is my favorite day of the month. So thanks for having me
on. Just because of me. No, that's cool. And I'm wearing my Star Trek Kitty Cats shirt, which was a gift, I think, a year ago, 2 years ago, something like that. So every once in a while I put it on. It's got all the characters for the original series and as cats. I think it's cool. Anyway,
I love it.
And on Star Trek: The Next Generation, there was a cat, by the way, who was regular on the show. He was Data's cat to take care of his cat. Anyway, that's some trivia you didn't need to know. So, Dr. Rachel, your announcement that you want to reveal to us today is that we all know you've written a book, right? There's a very good book out there that you have written, which I recommend to everyone. The original book that you wrote, the first book that you wrote, is called
Saving the World One Cat at a Time.
That's right. Saving the World One Cat at a Time. It is what it is. It is about you and the work that you do, and it's not about me because we hadn't met when you wrote it, but it certainly could reflect what I believe is very important and all of that good stuff. But as I understand it, you are nearly finished with book number 2. Well, in fact, you have finished it, but you're in the sort of editing and review phase. Is that right?
That is correct. So there have been several editing and review phases because I really want it to be perfect. But I'm about 2/3 of the way through the final edits and review. The cover is done. The photo on the front of the book is done. So I'm getting close.
So you're getting close. So you're reviewing this book you've reviewed it more than once, or revised it and edited it more than once. And I suppose, as meticulous as we know cats are and you are, you don't want it littered with all kinds of mistakes, right? Pun intended.
I love it. Yes, I really want it to be perfect. I mean, when I wrote the first book, I like to call it an instructional memoir. So a little bit about me, a little bit about my road to becoming a cat behaviorist, and then kind of an overview on common cat behavior problems. But I started to see the limitations of the book when I would be out doing book signings and hearing some feedback. Not that people didn't love the book. Really, so many people told me how much they enjoyed the book, but where it really wouldn't be something somebody could pick up on their own and solve a cat behavior problem by reading that book. So where this was more of an overview, a lighthearted look at cat behavior, and some basic solutions to cat behavior, this new book is going to be, or is, a full-out cat behavior manual. You get that owner's manual for your car. This will be an owner's manual for your cat.
So yeah, owner's manual for your cat. How to cat, basically.
Yes, and it's broken up into several chapters on different cat behaviors, but I really go through step-by-step instructions how to solve the behavior. So if somebody really was having a serious cat behavior problem, they could read this book and pretty much, for most people, unless it's really extreme, solve the problem on their own following the steps in the book. So I'm very excited about
that. Yeah, I'm excited. It's also it's almost like cat behaviorist in a box, so to speak, or in a book, so to speak. It's like having you in a book there. Almost, not quite, because you can never completely replace the real human being.
Yes.
However, it's as close as you're going to get to having that solution there.
Yes, I think this book will really help people to channel their inner Rachel cat behaviorist and get to work on solving many cat behavior problems. And I just so excited about it because I think a lot of people want to be able to solve the problems. They don't want to have to get rid of their cat because of a cat behavior problem. So
Oh yeah,
this will be another avenue. And similar to my first book, 100% of the proceeds will go directly into my nonprofit, which I use to help low-income people keep their cats.
Right. So see, I knew that about your first book. I didn't know that you were going to do that again with this book, considering how valuable this book is, because it could literally mean the difference between cat and no cat, between keep your cat or lose your cat. It's keep or lose, and this book could make all the difference for most people. And the other thing that I feel is very important, which is great, is that it makes it accessible and affordable. Because let's face it, you offer your services as a gift to mankind, well, as a gift to feline kind, to cat kind, in that you don't charge any money for it, right? So you give away your services, you gift them to people. However, you're one human being, you're one person, you only have, so many hours in a day in your life. And so you can't really help every single person out there who might reach out to you. You want to, we all do, but you've got to be real. And so this book opens it up and takes away any of the other, let's say, excuses or barriers that are there, because they have the next best thing to having a session with you or several sessions with you. They have the book there. They have all your knowledge, all your expertise, everything that you've gained over a lifetime of under fire experience with cats right there in a book that you're writing up. So it's a fantastic transfer of knowledge, but also it'll make a difference because people will then be able to solve their problems. Most of the books out there are not, let's solve the problems. There's like, here's a bunch of tips. There's one book, well, I like the book, let's just say. There's a lot of tips in there and all of that, but it's full of like very expensive things that I'm not going to do. That's not a solution to my cat behavior problem, to build this thing or do this, or turn my life upside down. How is that solving anything? So I think, and I really believe that most people, while they may be entertained by such a work, I don't think most people are going to want to do that.
Yeah.
So what you've got here is something that's not that. It's not that.
Yes. And, I give a lot of free presentations in libraries because I do want to be accessible to people. And every time I do a cat behavior presentation in a library, I donate a copy of my book to that library. So, hey, if you're listening right now and you'd like to bring me to your library, let me know. I'll set it up. But then I also always donate a book so people can check the book out of the library too, free of charge.
Yeah, well, so that's even better because then it's free. Yeah. And so as you're finishing this book, is there a date, and is there a launch date? Is there a date that you have in mind for publication so that it'll be available, or is that still pending?
I mean, it's a little, squishy right now, depending on how fast I get it done. But I think that I should have it done within a month.
Oh, within a month. Okay, yeah. That's great. And then where will people be able to get it?
So I will have my book on Amazon to start, and also through my website, which is drrachelcatbehavior.com.
Okay, terrific. And will it be available in a hard copy, or will it also be available, like, let's say, as a digital ebook or file in that format?
It'll just be a hard copy, and then I'll entertain the other alternatives as we go along. But all of these things are also like an additional cost, and I want to keep the price of the book reasonable so people can afford it. And also I'm thinking like gift giving seasons are coming up, so a hardcover book is always a lovely gift if you have.
A hardcover book is a much better gift than an ebook, because ebooks are great, but they just Well, it's
the
not
same.
something that you can't hold it
Yeah,
and
it's
show
not.
it off.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be starting with that, and then see how
And then see we go from there. Yeah. And then maybe you'll want to record the audiobook version of it one day. You know, who knows, where you're sitting there reading it to us, you know.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll see what happens.
I might, yes, especially this book. So I really appreciate you asking about my book and giving me the chance to let people know. I just feel very excited about this new project because, as you said, you know, so many people may not really want to reach out to a cat behaviorist. They want to do it on their own time. They might just have general questions. And like I said, you can feel really great about buying my book because 100% of the proceeds will go to helping other people keep their cats, whether it's a medical assist or they need help paying for cat food or they need help buying some supplies or materials or litter, whatever that is. I can say yes to more people.
Well, it's not just that, but if you think about it, for those of us who are let's say benevolent minded or whatever, for those of us who like charity, let's say, but you know, let's say we don't have, you know, $1 million to give to charity or whatever. Think about it this way. If you buy a copy of Dr. Rachel's book, or even better, the Dr. Rachel collection, buy the 2 books, and they become bestsellers, and maybe a New York Times bestseller or something like that is I mean, if they sell millions and millions and millions of copies, let's say 35 million copies, oh my God, that's a lot of books, right?
It's a lot of books.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know, Dr. Rachel is not going to get rich off of that because she's going to be donating the money. And so then what happens? Then think about it for a second. This book sells millions of copies, generates millions of dollars, and Dr. Rachel is giving those billions of dollars away to shelters and literally saving the lives of so many cats. So if you think about it, I think everybody wants this book to be a huge bestseller, not just because of how good the book is and the content and what people will learn and the difference it'll make for people, but also because, well, financially speaking, there's going to be a lot of shelters and organizations out there that are going to benefit from it. And of course, the cats are going to have their lives saved by this book. So I suggest that people go ahead and buy the book and think about it. Get the collection, get the other one too, because the more money is generated, the better. Now, I wouldn't have any problem if you were going to get rich off of this book. I think that's a good thing. I would be very happy with that. I would be very happy if you donated a percentage of the proceeds to charity, 10% or something like that. To me, that would be fantastic. The fact that you're giving 100% of it away, I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy in a good way, but I just think, wow, okay. So all of that effort it's all your time and your effort and the knowledge that you have over a lifetime, and then packaging it together and transmitting it to people. I mean, that's a lot of work. It's not just the book. Oh, here's some books. It's everything behind the book, a lifetime, decades of experience. I mean, to just give it away, not that you're giving it away because the book isn't free, but to give away the money that the book generates. That to me is wild. But, you know, Saint Rachel, let's just say, you know, maybe there is a patron saint for cats already, but that person may need replacing. We may need another patron saint for cats.
Well, I appreciate your enthusiasm. I really do. It means the world to me coming from you because I know what a dedicated cat person you are as well, and all the shows that you do and the knowledge that you impart as well. So that really means the world to me, and I really appreciate
thank you.
it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And what's unique about this book is it's focused on cat behavior and fixing cat behavior problems.
Yes.
So it's not a encyclopedia of all things cats.
Exactly.
You know, it's not addressing many different issues, which again, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the book I have is a global cat thing. It's not about behavior, but you know, so what's great about this book is that it's laser focused on cat behavior and solving cat behavior problems. So it's not exposing or making fun of enjoying the quirks of cat behaviors, and then you have to spend thousands of dollars fixing up your house or turning your life upside down because your cat scratches and pisses. This is about real world solving cat behavior problems.
Yes.
And how long is the book?
I will tell you, as I happen to have the manuscript right
here.
Oh,
manuscript, yes. But that's hard to tell, I think, on a manuscript, because then once it's down to book size,
it'll be around 150 pages.
Okay, so it's not a tome.
No.
Also, because that's something that's an issue for me. So have it
not a lot of fluff. Yeah, when I really
sitting there having to read a 300-page book is a chore.
Yeah.
I've done it and I do it happily if it's a certain thing that I want from it. But I much prefer something that's easy to digest and get through, and especially when it's a practical book like this is.
Yeah.
I like it to be let's just get to the point here and fix the problems in a nice way. So I think that's a great length for a book of this nature.
It's very direct. It's very practical. Like I said, my first book, which I know you read, was a little more lighthearted and a little more focused on stories and experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Really is an owner's manual. If you're having a litter box problem, you'll be able to go to the litter box chapter and figure out how to solve the problem on your own in a very clear, direct, not a lot of fluff manner. So
that's a good point you just made me think of. So and you don't have to give away stuff, but I mean, so the chapters are organized thematically. So you said you can go to the litter box chapter.
Yes.
So is that how the book is organized then? So that if you have a problem, let's say scratching, there's a scratching chapter or something.
You've got it exactly right. There is a chapter on each cat behavior problem you might be having. Examples are, like you said, scratching. I mentioned litter box, multi-cat aggression, introductions, reintroductions. So if you have a specific problem, you can just turn to that chapter. If you want to know all about your cat, you can read the whole book. But it's also laid out in such a way that you can focus on your problem, read that chapter, and get the help.
Wow, that's fantastic, because it's a guide, a toolkit, if you will. You don't even have to read the whole book. You should have the book in your library or on your shelf somewhere, so that if and when there's an issue that comes up, you've got the answers ready right there.
Yes.
So even let's say somebody's listening or watching and they think, well, I don't have any cat behavior problems. My cats are angels, never have, probably never will. I don't need the book. Well, that's not true, because this is the kind of book. It's not a novel. You don't sit there and read it up, at night or whatever. You have it there as a reference so that you can refer to it and pick it up should any problem come up. So even if you have no cat behavior problems right now, let's say at some point a problem crops up with your cat or one of your cats, or a cat that you rescue, or a cat that you bring in. Like when I had that little kitty at my doorstep, I don't know where it came from, so it's you have the answer right there ready for you without having to do any research or digging or anything like that. It's right there in the book. So whether or not you have you have a problem right now, this is a book to get. Every cat owner should get this book. Every aspiring cat owner should probably get this book too, because you don't have a cat, so you don't have cat behavior problems. But if you're gonna get a cat, then it'd be a good idea to get this book. One thing I would say, if you're an aspiring cat owner, is don't read this book and think, oh my God, cats are huge problems, because look at this. This is what I can expect. The book is not a prediction. It's not telling you that you will have all these problems. And this book is simply a solution, a toolkit.
Yes. And if you read through the book, you understand, and I also explain what might cause this problem. So if you have the book and you read it, and you'll think, okay, well, I'll know not to do this, or, oh, I never realized, I'll avoid this in the future. So I think that the way I have it laid out is so practical. It's helps people prevent cat behavior problems. If if a behavior problem does rear its ugly head, I show you how to solve it. But I also explain to people why. Why is a cat reacting this way? What in the cat's environment could be causing this? So people really understand what's going on with their cat and how to think like a cat when solving the problem.
Oh yeah, I mean, so that even gets it just gets better and better because now it's not just a reference book that you can have there, but you can actually read through the book if you want to. So it's your choice. You have the options. It's totally up to you. If you're short on time and you don't want to read it, you need to keep the book there so that when you need it, it's there.
Yeah.
Almost like a first aid kit for cat behavior issues, But if you have the time and interest, you can read through the book, and it's a preventative. You can prevent cat behavior problems from ever cropping up by reading the book and knowing what to do. Tells you what to do if the behavior problems are coming up, but it also tells you what not to do so that those behaviors don't come up if they're not there now. So I can't, I mean, you keep bringing up something else, but I can't think of any other base that you could cover. I mean, you've really, 360, it's all covered. It's a prevention manual. It's a how-to, it's a solution toolkit. It just tells you about, I mean, the way you described it is it's a owner's manual for a cat, really. So I think that's a good idea. I think that's really great. And I think everyone should have this if they have a cat or if they want a cat. I think that if they hate cats and don't want cats, maybe this isn't the book for them.
So, probably not. But yeah, I've really taken my time. I've read through it many, many times and many rounds of editing because I really wanted it to be perfect, no ambiguity, something that if it's your first time owning a cat, you'll be able to figure things out on your own. So it's been a lot of work, but as it gets closer, I'm getting very excited about it. And I think I should be able to be done with this final read through in 2 to 3 weeks. And then shortly after that, I'm not waiting. In the meantime, I've been working on the cover, working on the abstract, working on all the other aspects. So
yeah, that's amazing.
I can see the end of the tunnel.
Yes, and so can we. And I think that this is a book for everyone, for new cat owners and for seasoned old cat hats, who have cats. This is a book for them because you can, you always learn something new.
Yes.
Let's say you're watching this and you're a cat behaviorist. Yeah, so you probably have something to learn from Dr. Rachel, and she probably has something to learn from you too, but her book is for everyone, whether they're experts already in all things cats or whether they're new to the world of cats. I think this is the book. This is a real game changer, I think, for the market of cat and cat behavior and keeping cats in their homes. So now, could you please reveal to us, could you tell us the title of this book?
So the title is All Cats, All the Time, which is also the name of my nonprofit.
Yep.
And I thought it was a fitting title. So All Cats, All the Time will be out in probably a couple of weeks, months top. And yeah, I really appreciate you giving me the time to talk about it because it's just so important to me that we do provide these resources for people. Whenever I do an event or a training in a shelter, people come up to me and say, there's so many trainings and seminars and events available for dogs. I recently gave a staff training at an animal shelter, and a woman came up after me and said, they have dog training seminars and lectures and in-person events all the time. She said this is the first time the shelter's ever had a cat behavior training. So
yep.
We really need to get the word out there that if you do have a cat behavior problem, it usually can be fixed. There are things that you can do. And I just super duper appreciate you letting me talk about my book.
Yeah,
today.
I think, yeah, that's fantastic. We get this out there and really help a lot of people and help a lot of cats because,
Yeah.
I like people, but I love cats. So that's really important for me. And I think for a lot of people watching, if not most people watching. So All Cats All the Time
All the
is
time.
the title of the book, and it will be available on Amazon. And is that Amazon US, Amazon UK, or are you going to make it available globally?
That's a very good question. I will look into that. Definitely. Well, it must be available globally because I've had people all over the world buy the book, buy my
It
first
depends. It's a
book.
setting.
So
Just
I must,
I mean, I'm not an expert on Amazon, but I have put things out there.
yeah.
It's a setting. You get to when you list it, you'll get to choose where you want to make it available.
Okay, so I must have that setting because people have, even just recently, people have bought my book. I did a presentation remotely for a conference in Australia, and several people who attended that conference bought the book. So, yes, I guess it will be available globally.
Yep, yep. Just a setting. You just have to go
Yeah.
through. Some people, of course, they can always log into Amazon in another country. Like
Uh-huh.
they can log into Amazon Germany or Amazon this or Amazon that, and log into Amazon USA and get your book that way. But then it's usually easier and better if you just tick the boxes to make it available everywhere or wherever you want to make it available. Obviously, there's countries where they don't speak English, and so your book is in English, and maybe it should still be available there because people might be able to understand English and then do it that way. So I wouldn't really think that would be that big of a deal, but I think it's great to make it available as widely as possible because
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
cats in every country.
Yes, I would like to do that. I mean, I really try to remove any barriers that, would prevent people from helping their cat. So that I would venture to say it will be available globally.
Great. So no matter where you are, you can get a copy of the book.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a cat, but you know someone who does, this is a perfect Christmas gift. Stocking stuffer, if you
Yes.
have those, if you're in a place where they have stockings and you have a big one. So it's a great gift in and of itself. It's a great stocking stuffer to make an extra little gift for someone who likes cats, loves cats, has cats, anything like that. So I think this is really cool. This is really awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your new book and all the good news about that, and that the more successful the book is, the more money flows to worthy charities and causes that are helping cats out there in the community. It's a win 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 for everyone. There's no downside to it. It's just a win for everyone. I personally can't wait to get my hands on a actual real physical copy once you've decided on the cover, and you'll have to make decisions on the texture that you want. Do you want it like a glossy cover? You'll have to, those are all your decisions that you'll have to make, but I can't wait to get my hands on one of these. Also the size, do you want it this, there's all kinds of stuff.
So many.
Um, but it'll be fun and it'll be interesting, and then I'll get my hands on it and have this reference book in my library the way everyone needs to have it. And I think that's awesome. So thank you so much for sharing your latest work, your big announcement. I think it's awesome.
Thanks, Justin.
So I'm gonna end the show there. This has been the special all about All Cats All the Time, the newest book coming soon, Dr. Rachel Geller. I hope that you're as excited as I am. This is Cat Lady Justin, and this is the Kitty Boss, where we pick, pamper, and protect your practically perfect pussycat for a lifetime of unconditional love. See you next